What do you teach new managers?
Yeah, so we have a pretty standard now. I've I've managed 20 or 30 people directly who have built their own teams, and the way I approach the kind of I've done a lot, especially with with Harvie, where we have a lot of people who are kind of like coming from a warehouse context, or where they're really going from like zero to I have to manage people. We've built kind of a pretty solid setup for them, and there's a couple main components. The first one is that I think the foundation of any good manager managee relationship is trust, and that like you basically cannot get anything done until you are starting to build trust with one another. And so that means like same thing we talked about, like having a shared vocabulary, figuring out what that is. I think a really important thing early on is to understand why somebody is working here and what they where they want to be. So doing that explicitly, just like saying, "Hey, I'm your new manager. I want to understand like what do you like about this job? What do you want to get out of it? And like how can I be helpful to you in your long term career, whether you're here or somewhere else?" And um, write that down somewhere, put a note, put it so that when anytime you're talking to somebody, who you're managing, if you remember this person wants to run their own business someday, or this person really is here because they want clarity of their role and they want to be able to work from 9 to 5 exactly, and they want to do a very good job at that, and that's it. Like whatever it is that motivates them or that gets them up in the morning, you want to like be able to speak to that when you're asking things of them. I think that's really important and really makes life a lot easier, and costs nothing um, to do. I think 360 feedback, like making sure that you're not waiting 6 months to learn how people are thinking about their job, and also they're not waiting 6 months to learn about how you're thinking about their job is really important. So everywhere that I've ever done coaching with clients, or where we have in companies that I've run or departments that I've run, we always have a 360 component of a one-on-one. So what am I doing well? What are those? For me now, what I ask is like, what do you like about what I've been doing lately, and what do you wish I was doing differently? And I'll answer that for you, and you answer it for me, and that way you kind of always have that kind of feedback between one another. But if you have those three things, and then you have clear goals and clear areas of responsibility, I think and clear goals means like you want to achieve X by X date. You want to achieve this. It's measurable, right? Not like you're doing a good job is not a clear goal. But like you have achieved this thing is a clear goal. And once you have a clear goal and the responsibilities, right? Like what are they actually responsible for? What do they not have to be responsible for? I think is really the other kind of key component. But if you have those five things,